The annual gifting event has finally begun. This is an event that I always look forward to each year, something that I stash a certain number of units aside for, and yeah, I can't wait to take advantage of it. Get some easy rewards. Because if you guys are not familiar with this event, basically you can spend your units on things that you'd already be spending your units on, except you get some bonus goodies in return. So I'm gonna give you some advice on what I think is best to spend your units on, best to kind of trade with another player, because that's what most people do. It's called a gifting event, but really it's more of a trading event where you can trade somebody a crystal and ask for a crystal in return. Only do this with people you trust, by the way. I recommend people doing it with people in your alliance that you've known for a long time, and maybe trade in smaller quantities just to avoid kind of getting scammed, because that is a thing that happens. But yeah, this gifting event's awesome. So let's take a look at the rewards first, and then I'll go into some advice on what I think is best to gift. So the solo events, the rewards here are nothing too mind-blowing. You get a little bit of units. You get these Night Thrasher gadgets, which are needed to start the Chilled Challenges quest, which that's pretty sweet that there's that additional quest going on, and you get some shards. Nothing here too mind-blowing. In my opinion, the better rewards come from the alliance-based events. So if you have an alliance where a decent number of people are active and a lot of you are taking advantage of this event, then you could relatively easily hit these milestones here. Some decent stuff to start out, and then bam, with the fourth milestone, you get 275 units. It's actually really easy to hit this milestone, so you can spend some units to basically get these units, right? It's basically like getting free items at that point. So I recommend everybody, make sure you trade a little bit at least to get that fourth milestone. You get some fragments, some alphas, and then boom, another 275 units on the seventh milestone here. Really good stuff. Really, really good stuff overall. And you can see that it has these minimums. So although it's an alliance-based event, you do have to participate to a certain degree to qualify for these milestones. And as we go further and further down the list, we got Class Catalyst and then half of a Tier 2 Alpha. So nothing here that's like absolutely mind-blowing must-haves, but all really good stuff. And I definitely want this half of a Tier 2 Alpha, man. I mean, if I'm just going to be spending units on things I was already going to be spending them on anyway, hell yeah, sign me up for that. So you need 10,450 points. You get the different points through through different items here. Depending on what you trade, certain things are worth more points per units than others. I'm sure there's going to be some spreadsheets out there on the forums, on Reddit, and other videos and that type of thing. And although that's really interesting to look at, I recommend only trading the things that you absolutely need. Things that you already wanted to spend units on anyway. Do not just trade whatever the most efficient, whatever the most cost-effective thing to trade is. That is not how you take advantage of this event, guys. So I mean, real quick too, I forgot to look at the ranked rewards for the alliance-based things. I mean, the top 10. Let's face it, that stuff is out of reach for most people, including my alliance. But these top 5% is pretty good. Get some tier 5 basic fragments here, some good shards. As you go further down the list, get some class catalyst related things. So it's all really good stuff here. And you might rank higher than you would think in these events, since it does account for all of the alliances in the game. Your alliance, you might get some better ranked rewards here than you'd expect. And yeah, I'm definitely expecting to get this top 5% for my alliance. But anyway, back to what I recommend trading. Again, do not just trade the most cost-effective trade item possible. Trade for stuff that you actually need. I'd also recommend avoiding trading for crystals. These greater gifting crystals, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be trading for these things, and there is a chance for Kang in there, man, a 5-star Kang, or Thanos, and some other goodies as well. And yeah, it's going to be tempting when you see somebody else pull one of those things, but it's extremely low chance to actually get these, and I do not think that these are a good value. It's fun, I maybe I'll trade for a couple of them just to have a little bit of fun, but it's not something that I recommend if you're really trying to maximize your rewards in this game. What I recommend trading for for the most part, and what I will be trading for the most part is actually mastery related items. So trade, even if somebody wants a greater gifting crystal, that's fine. Like send them a greater gifting crystal, but in return ask for something else. And the mastery cores, these are the best value. Masteries and these cores, something that very rarely goes on sale. So this is kind of the best way to get these on the cheap, if you want to look at it that way, because if you trade these cores, you get those milestones back that actually give you some units back, that type of thing. And if you unlock Suicide Masteries or Deep Wounds or any of those good masteries, they're unlocked forever, right? It's a permanent value, whereas something like the Greater Gifting Crystals, it has some good rewards in there. You get some like Tier 4 basic fragments, and while that's nice, that's the type of item that as time goes on in this game, may become easier and easier for you to get, whereas something like these Carbonadium Mastery Cores aren't necessarily going to be easier to get, that type of thing. And what I will be personally trading for are class mastery cores. Now, the class will change every day, just like it does in the store, and I actually don't need the skill one, so I'm not going to do any trading today. But if we flip over to my little spreadsheet here, I do need the other 5 class types. I'm not worried about mutagenesis or cosmic awareness. Both of those masteries, they're kind of worthless. But I do want to get Mystic Dispersion fully unlocked. I do want to get Collar Tech fully unlocked, and it would be nice to get Serum Science fully unlocked as well. But it only takes about 4,000 units in total, so it's actually only going to be, roughly 130, maybe a little bit higher than that, of these class mastery cores that I'm going to need to trade to hit all of the milestones in both the solo and alliance events. So, I'm not going to go for unlocking all these things. Maybe I'll just try to fully unlock Mystic Dispersion or something like that. I have to kind of think about that some more. But that's personally what I'm going to be trading for. Now, if you already have all the masteries unlocked, or all the ones that you want unlocked at the moment, well, I still think there are better values than those greater gifting crystals. Maybe you're working through some difficult content and you want to trade for some of these revives. I think that's fine. Something that you might have been spending units on anyway. Energy refills, same thing if you want to catch up on some content. Maybe go through Act 4 or something like that, which is very costly in terms of energy, then these energy refills are not a bad value. Basically those things are the next best value outside of the mastery related items. When it comes to boosts, they're kind of tempting, to be honest. I want more of these 20% champion boosts. I am competitive when it comes to Alliance Wars, and I do it would be nice to stock up on some of these boosts, but I don't think they represent the best value. Normally, we cannot get these mid-level attack boosts separately. Normally, you can only buy the lesser attack boosts and the lesser champion boosts, which are decent value. And normally, like I said, you can't pick up let's say, like the 20% health boost, but I don't think it's actually worth it. I mean, it costs twice as much as the lesser, and it gives barely anything in addition to what it's already giving. The one exception here, I feel, is this champion boost, where it's a 10% versus a 20, and that's a pretty big difference considering it affects both your health and attack. However, you can actually get these things through the store, through these bundles right here. So this 750 unit bundle, you actually get, even if you only count the boosts that you get 3 of each of these mid-level boosts. And if you were to kind of piece things out, it would actually be more expensive to trade for these things individually than if you just pick these bundles up for 750 units. So I don't really recommend trading for those for those boosts either. Going back to the gifting event and what's available, like I said, send whatever somebody else is asking for. If they want greater gifting crystals, that's fine, man. So what I'll be doing is, let's say I'll trade 5 of these, which is 1,500 units in total. And instead of asking for 5 in return, I will ask for 50 of these class cores, which will also come out to 1,500 units in total. And yeah, for me, that's just a much stronger value in my opinion. So that's what I'll be doing. And maybe, just maybe, I'll pick up a few of these greater gifting crystals, just because it is, fun to open up stuff, especially this time of year, but for the most part, it's not something that I recommend. Alright, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck if you are hunting for Kang or Thanos or whatever you're hunting for, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.